of investing their money on something which doesn't have any clue going to where. I mean, obviously going to where. Just you imagine yourself as an investor. Would you love to put your money on something which you don't know what is happening exactly? So one of the things which the market was keep bearish, it was US shutdown. Okay, because the people, first of all, I told you, so the people are not having the economics data, and second of all, the people who was working for the government are not getting their wage. So they're not receiving any money. So whenever they are not receiving any money, they have to spend their own money, their own saving money for their life. That makes another clue for the market, which was market Y bearish. So two things here, right? We got it. Hopefully you got it. And other thing for the market, which is very concerning, is aggressively sell Bitcoin. This is a chart for the US Bitcoin treasury. Okay, they are keep selling. They are keep selling thousands of Bitcoin, and that making the market to be a void of pumping, to be a void of start a rally uptrend. This is bad actually. This is another negative thing for the market, resisting the market to have all the time high again. So this is one of the things, and let me go on to something else as well. So for now, those are the things for the economics. And other thing I want you guys to understand, anyway, previously week, it was the last week, the US shutdown been ended, okay, after 40 to 42 days. So US shutdown been ended. This is one of the positive things which happened for the US and for the stock markets, because whenever the stock markets will start growing, the crypto will follow them. The money will inflow into the stock market and the crypto market, obviously. So the good thing is that US shutdown been ended last week, and Trump says he gonna give $2,000 per person in US. I don't know since when. He doesn't mention any exactly date, but as he said, so he's going to supply money between people, and $2,000 per person, and that money is another clue will pump the market, and will pump the market because the people will get money and they can spend it on a crypto and other things either. And I've got a bunch of lists here, guys, for you to not have any mistakes. Let's go on on-chain datas, on-chain indexes. Okay, the first thing I want you guys to understand, it's about exchange net inflow and outflows. Okay, what we got in next week about economics. Calendar. So I put it on a high impact and medium impact. Let's go for the medium impact. Monday we got nothing. Tuesday we got nothing. Wednesday we got FOMC minutes. Thursday we got existing home sales. We're not going to talk about existing home sales because obviously it's nothing. It does have no pressure on a crypto market. Thursday, no, sorry, Monday, Friday, November. Okay, we got this week just FOMC minutes about central bank interest cut, which the journalists will have a discuss with the Jerome Powell, the central bank of US, Jerome Powell. They're going to discuss about it. Does they going to have interest cut in next month in December, I think, or not? And they will figure it out. So is it necessary to have a interest rate cut or not? Let's see for the December, for the next week, Wednesday, what going to happen. And this is for economics. We got nothing excepting FOMC minutes. And let's go on-chain data. Okay, on-chain indexes. So guys, well, there's 5 factors, 5 main indexes, on-chain indexes, which is matter and we understand to know about it. Okay, and there's many indexes. You can see, you can assume that as a map, as a market map, to figure out what is going to happen. But I'm not going to struggle with all of them, okay, because there is no need. Obviously there is no need. We just want to understand what is going to happen in the market currently and what we should do with our money. That's the thing. And I brought 5 main on-chain index in here to figure out what is going to happen exactly on chain. What makes the market to be this harsh? Then let's figure it out. One of the things is very important is exchange net inflow and exchange net outflow, and ETFs inflow and ETFs outflow. The ETF inflows which works in the US stocks market. It does work with the US stocks market like any other S&P 500, I don't know, Nvidia stock, those kind of things, which is under US government observation. So that's called ETF. Okay, ETF for the BTC, ETF for the Ethereum, and this recently we got ETF for the XRP. So it was, I think, about 2 weeks ago now. So guys, let's start with the BTC spot inflow and outflow. There's a good sign, actually. There's a very good sign. I can see it. Let's have a look at weekly inflow and outflow. Wow. See, this recently, as you guys could see, we had keep outflow, net outflow, okay, in BTC spot, which is very good. Let's have a look at daily too. Oh my goodness, look at here. We had about $1 billion net outflow. Okay, net outflow. This is very good. Well, when the BTC investors or Ethereum investors, whatever, it doesn't matter, okay, when they are having outflow, BTC spot outflow, that means they are unsure about something and they are very confident about something which the market in future, doesn't matter, in few weeks, in few months, whatever, okay, the thing is that they are think in future ahead, few weeks, few months, the market is going to have a positive action, a pumping, uptrend rally. Okay, in that case, those people will move their assets from the exchange into their wallet, their own personal wallet, like a cold wallet, I don't know, decentralized wallets, those kind of things. So that's made the thing, and they will just take them assets to their wallet. And that is one of the positive on-chain indexes which makes us to be unsure a bit. But never ever one index by itself doesn't work. Never ever. Well, I mean, even nothing is 100% valid, but you know, when you assume them like a few of them, you know, when the few of indexes like positive, it's going to be positive for the market. When the few of them is negative, it's going to be negative for the market. So never ever, you cannot consider just one of them. All the time you need to consider few of them. So this is one of the positive. Let me make a note either. We had one positive, okay, and we had few negative, like a US shutdown and people having no money and not having economics data update because of US shutdown. So we got one negative and one positive, which the negative one was not the market fault, because it was the US shutdown fault. I mean, it could not happen and everything could be brilliant. All right, so this is the thing. Let's see BTC ETFs. Unfortunately, at 14th of November 2025, yesterday, we had about 492 million outflow ETF, and the day before we had about 492 million ETF outflow. Okay, and we had a few inflow as well, but this recently, you know, the matter is this recently. So this recently we had about almost in total a billion outflow, which is negative for the market, unfortunately. What about Ethereum? Oh my Jesus, the Ethereum about 3,400, and here we had about 75k outflow Ethereum. Well, anyway, the ETFs are negative. This is the second thing, negative for the market, which is not good really, because let me explain if you guys don't know about ETFs. So if you guys doesn't have any clue about ETFs, let me explain it like this, okay? It's a US security of SEC Exchange Commission. When they are feel like negative about market and they have not enough trust to the market, they will just sell their assets, their shares actually, and that makes outflow, which is negative for the market. So when they feel negative, they sell. When they feel positive, they buy, and those will have not a direct impact, but it does some impact on the market to make it green or red. So, and I wanted to check out something else as well. The exchange net flows, need to consider about it, like stable coins, I mean. So USDT, okay, it is one of the stable coins which people will buy their assets with in crypto exchanges. So fortunately there is well, let's see the weekly one, okay. Fortunately we have few positive thing as well. I mean, in weekly we can see massively it is inflow, okay, and this recently we had just one small net outflow, about 17 million, but we had 2 million inflow, we had 24 million inflow, we had 17 million inflow. Well, mostly we had inflows. So about stable coins, okay? When we have stable coins inflow, that means the people are entering their money into the exchanges, into the exchanges to be ready to buy assets, okay? That's the way stable coins work. But whenever the stable coins are getting out of the exchanges and being negative, that means the people have no passion to buy assets. They have no passion to buy altcoins or whatever, okay? So, but this recently we can see, so mostly we had inflows, stablecoin inflows, and that makes a positive clue again. So, let's move on to the something else. Yeah, this one is one of the other thing which I want you guys to understand about it is the wall. Okay, here says an unknown wallet bought 1,357 BTC worth about 138 million in the past 2 weeks. Since now to past 2 weeks, so somebody bought about this amount of BTC. There's another thing I want to talk about it, so but considering this, so bought about this amount of BTC, and this is not the only purchase which people had in the past weeks, okay, in the last 2 past weeks. So this is one of the smallest purchases which happened, so I just brought this as an example. Let's start with this. Those others, when the BTC hit 123,000 for the first time, they start to sell until 27th of October last month. Okay, the addresses with 1,000 BTC, they start selling their assets when the BTC hit 1,023,000 for the first time, until 27th of October, and this recently, since last 2 weeks, they start accumulating again. So imagine that the addresses with the 1k BTC, they were selling BTCs since the BTC hit 1,023k, okay, 123,000k, until 27th of October, and now again they are starting to accumulating, and then buying again. In simple language, accumulating is buying assets. So they start buying, and if you could see, after a very, very long time, they had a very crazy push to the upward. And to let you guys know, the holders with the 1k BTC is one of the most valid on-chain data, because whenever they are start buying, the market will go up, and whenever they are start selling, the market will rally down. That is the thing. And another thing, the new addresses of BTC yesterday has increased to 352,000 new addresses, the highest hit since 14th of August, when the BTC was about 124,000 pounds. So we had about 352,000 new addresses since that date, okay, 14th of August until now. And this is another positive thing. So we got about 3 positive thing. The vaults are start buying, the new addresses are increasing, and the address is 1,000 assets, they are start buying again. So we got quite a few positive on chain, we could say, news as well. So let's go on a check on chain and check on chain datas. We have release price, blah blah blah, NVT price. Let's check the NVT price. NVT price, the last 3 months, since 24th of October 2025, NVT price was about 155, and then 173, then keep continue those holds, and now is about 175. So 155 and 175. So the thing is with NVT price is